Hi there, Rob here, and we're going to go through the pen tool drawing again. Back to the good old pen tool, and I'm going to use a combination of drawing the correct anchor points as I go round, but coming back and adjusting ones as well. So I'll start with my shape again and start in this corner, and just a click to lay down just a normal corner point. However, when I come after here, I need to get my curve along here, so I'm going to click and drag to get a smooth curve there. That looks about right. And then I'll do the same thing where the curve changes. So I want to smooth out my drawing here and actually make it better than the sketch is, but at the same time get the curve about right. So if I click and drag with that, and again the same thing probably to about here. See how we go. And then I'm actually going to click, well, and this is the problem, I've got my handles have gone a long way here, so if I try and draw back from it, it's going to come back here. So what I'll do is just pull down here. I can adjust this afterwards. Maybe I'll go right into that point and just click, because that's going to be a cusp point in there. Click for a cusp point in there, but I'm going to want a handle to make this a curve. So if I click and drag with my pen tool from that point, see how it's pulling out a little handle there? I'm going to use that, then I'm click and drag again in there, and you know what, I think I might be able to get away. Well, let's see. The trick is to draw as few points as possible. So, and at the end I want a curve at the end, even though it's going into an anchor point, so I click and drag to make the curve. And then I can hide away my template, see what I've got. Well, this curve isn't so bad. This is a bit of a mess in here. So, and this is what I was saying before, having too many points, even though you think you're controlling the direction and position of the path as you go round, can actually affect how smooth your paths are. So what I'm going to do is actually delete this point here. I think this is causing the problem. And if you've got the pen tool selected, there is actually a pen tool that adds and deletes. There's two separate tools that add and delete anchor points, but by using the normal pen tool, if you hover over an existing anchor point, see how I've got a little minus sign by the pen? If I click with that, it will delete it. And if I go onto a line segment without an anchor point, just click on there and it will put it on there. So I don't want that there, so I'll take that away. So again, go back, and I think direct selection tool, and I can actually pull this line segment just to reshape it. It's already got the handles on there, so I'm just going to pull that roughly into shape. You never know, I might get lucky here. There we go. So just pulling that one handle there, just a little bit there. I don't necessarily need to follow my sketch line perfectly, because what I'm trying to do is finesse this drawing. I'm trying to make it better than the original sketch, so I can use Illustrator's curves and paths to actually do a better job than my freehand sketching. So it's worth turning off the template now and again, just having a look to see. And the curves there, I need to sort out this bit in here, but done a decent job up here. And here we go. So I think what I'll do is go in with my anchor point tool and just pull that path down there to the left to make the curve. So I've got a corner point here with two curves coming out. I'll pull that along there. See how we're going there. That's actually made a mess of it there, I think, so I'll undo that. And if I go back to my direct selection tool, I'll just pull it as it is. Maybe adjust with this handle here. That's a separate handle there. That's looking a bit better there. So you can see where I've got the broken handle here. So there's two separate handles controlling from that point there. That's not too bad. Probably need to maybe change this here. Pull that around a bit there, and you can just go and pull on the lines themselves. Maybe I need to just pull this in a little bit further. And if you've got a point selected, so that solid point there is selected, you can actually use the keys on the keyboard, the arrow cursor keys, and I can just move that slightly to the right. You can probably hear me tapping on the keyboard there. That's actually a little bit better there. And there we go. So I think this bit here needs to be a little nicer there, and I think what I'll do for all my corners again, I'll just go in there and pull pull the little curvature, the corner curve in there, and do the same thing here. A little bit there now. It's not too bad there, but I think if I undo that, I'll move in a bit closer. I'll never be afraid of going in really close and just zooming in. And if I select there, it's a lot easier just to slightly just round that part in there. Still not massively happy with that. Maybe this will help here. I think that's looking a little bit better there. And again, turn off my template there. Probably need to sort this out in here a little bit. I can drag that out, change the curve, and maybe without my template on I can actually get a better look of how I want it to be. Maybe nudge in a few things there. Keep working away, work on some copies, see what you're happy with. And that's the combination of using the pen tool to drag my smooth points as I was going around and coming back and altering them afterwards.